Let me guess, your task list never shrinks. You cross one thing off and 3 more spawn in its place. You find yourself losing hours to different screens and dashboards and apps, deciding what to do next. Or worse, after firefighting all day, you're too exhausted about what else needs done. If you're tired of feeling like you're on a hamster wheel and you're ready to reclaim your time, focus, and sanity, I have a 3-step method for you to try. Hi, I'm Summer, founder of Driven Connection, and we help founders and small business owners turn operational chaos into measurable progress and time freedom. Here's the counterintuitive truth. Your task list is a collection of operational chaos, and your misery stems from the bottlenecks. When chaos is already making you miserable, the motivation to fix it is unlikely to follow. It's like Mel Robbins says, stop waiting to feel motivated. You never will. You must act first, and then the motivation will carry you forward. Here's how these vicious cycles work in a nutshell. Firefighting day in and day out leads to stress, burnout, and a sense of helplessness. These are all notorious motivation killers that sap the energy required for deep work and complex thought. The wild part about this is how easily we become addicted to that chaos. It happens because each time we save the day by putting out a critical fire, we get a hit of dopamine. And our brains love dopamine, so it goes out in search for more. More what? More fire, chaos, because that's where the dopamine lives. The chaos ultimately forces us into reactive triage and damage control states. By the time you get back to your task list that also needs your attention, it feels insurmountable, leading to paralysis rather than action. Motivation alone isn't going to save us when we fall into these phases of life. And I know you're going to roll your eyes when I say this next part, but stay with me and trust the process. In a moment, I'm going to share a 3-step method to help you get moving again, but it won't happen if you don't start here. You must block at least 30 minutes a day on your calendar and commit to putting into practice what I'm going to teach you. Blocking out time and using it intentionally reduces procrastination and decision fatigue while increasing focus by up to 40%. That's immediate impact. And you don't need perfect clarity at this stage, so you don't have new roadblocks. There. The scariest part is over. Now I'm going to share a 3-step method that I call Impact-Driven Prioritization, and that gets you out of from under the mess so that you can finally breathe. I learned this lesson years ago when I first started managing IT projects with minimal knowledge about anything. At this point in my career, I could help you open a restaurant from the ground up, but I didn't know anything about enterprise network designs or how to implement them. I was always the people person, not the tech person. So this was a completely new role in a completely new company in an entire new industry. All I knew then was that I was overwhelmed by the sheer number of tasks in my head and the relentless number of emails and RFPs, meeting requests and client updates, travel schedules and expense reports, and the shipping of very expensive Cisco tech gear across 3 countries on 2 continents. I was drowning, and the system that became my lifehouse wasn't a complex piece of software. It was time and giant Post-it notes. I got all the tasks from my inbox and out of my head and onto these bright colored sticky notes. And then somehow I was unstoppable. Each day I prioritized what had to happen and also what I needed to do to make my life easier the next time. That tiny act is what finally unlocked my momentum and my motivation. That's the power of doing and learning in real time. That system I discovered through sheer necessity is the foundation that I call Impact-Driven Prioritization. And let's talk more about it. We are going to be moving from overwhelmed by tasks to operational clarity through 3 simple, actionable steps. Your first step, define. In as few words as possible, write your task down, by hand if you're able, on a vertical piece of paper in a vertical line. If you want to try this exercise in real time, hit pause and prepare your space. Now, here's why it needs to be short. The longer the task name, the more mental friction that you create. We don't want to make it harder for us to focus on our tasks. This exercise forces clarity. Instead of writing down, fix the client onboarding workflow, which is a huge effort that can take days or weeks, write an achievable task like write client onboarding outline. This allows for meaningful progress towards bottlenecks that are already costing you time and money. Here's another one. Instead of write and send the agenda for tomorrow's project meeting to the project team, try something simpler. Send project name agenda. This list is a roadmap, not an elaborate travel guide. You can be verbose when you aren't overwhelmed and you have time to actually do the planning. Today, in this video, we are focused on how to get out of overwhelmed. Here's an important tip about planning that I want to share with you. Don't get trapped micromanaging yourself. Just create a concise, actionable next step. And this leads us to our second step, categorize. Write one of two categories to the right of your task, G for growth or KLO for keep the lights on. Let's talk about what these terms mean so that we know we're speaking the same language. Keep the lights on, or KLO, are the things that keep our business stable and pay today's bills. These include non-negotiable activities that can look like invoicing, payroll, client follow-ups. Then there's growth. These are the actions that pay next year's bills, like setting up a new CRM tool or process, or writing operational procedures that actually enable you to delegate work in the future. If growth is part of your vision, you need to write this next sentence down. If you solely focus on KLO, you're guaranteeing your business's stagnation. I want to repeat that because it's very important. If you solely focus on KLO, you guarantee your business's stagnation. We must carve out time for growth to make success sustainable and to free up our time. This is the third and final step, enforce. You will apply the impact framework to each of your tasks by assigning a simple score from 1 to 5. 5 means big impact. If missed, it would cause immediate, severe, and/or revenue-threatening consequences. Examples include missing payroll, missing a time-sensitive approval, not placing an order, or renewing a license or permit. 1 means minimal impact. If this action is missed, there's typically little or minimal consequence. But it's important to remember that many small impacts can grow into a bigger problem because everything scales. The good, the bad, and the otherwise. It's not the end of the world if you don't send an agenda here or there, but over time, the lack of focus and consistency could lead to negative client perceptions or product outcomes. As a general starting point, pick 2 or 3 KLO tasks and 1 growth task that you want to focus on every day. Can you add more tasks if you have more time? Absolutely. But why overwhelm yourself by forcing that from the very start? Start with those critical impact tasks first. The dopamine released from your progress and achievements will help push you forward. It builds motivation, especially if you already feel like a candle burning at both ends. I'm going to show you how this looks in practice, especially if you're just starting out or in a season of extra overwhelm. Let's say you have 3 hours to dedicate to work on your task list. Your distribution might look like 2 hours and 30 minutes for KLOs and 30 minutes for growth. Those 30 minutes for growth may not seem like much now, but scaled to a month, that's 600 minutes. You could commit to building new products, setting up tools and workflows, or creating evergreen training material. Scaled to a year, that's 7,200 minutes or 120 hours of time you dedicated and focused on activities that move your business forward. In as little as 1 week, you'll start feeling a weight lifted off your chest as you see the progress and the impact. It's controlled and still flexible day to day. It's a plan without overplanning while you're still keeping it all together. It's prioritizing for your growth without feeling like you have to have every step figured out first. So remember these 3 steps: define, categorize, enforce. If you get stuck in fear or perfectionism, remember every step forward counts. Success follows discipline. Your willingness to act is all you need to move forward again. And I have a side quest for you. I want you to find a task that has high impact and requires less than 1 hour to complete. And I want you to write it in the comments section. When you cross that item off your list, I want you to come back and tell me how it made you feel to see the controlled forward moving progress. If you want more help moving from chaos to clarity, I put together a free blueprint and worksheet to help you categorize and prioritize your tasks with less friction. You can find that resource waiting for you below the video. You're learning, you're growing, you're moving forward. Don't let anyone talk you out of what you're building. I'm Summer, and we'll catch you soon on the next episode of Driven Growth.